What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode 28 of the Primetime Sports Podcast, hosted by Joey Mailari. So today, I had my friend Liam Kenny come on to talk about Concordia hockey, talk everything sports. I'm having that uploaded as we speak. I just want to come back on here and put out another episode really quick before the Giants-Patriots game. Big game tonight for the Giants. I know it's only preseason, but I take every game, whether it's preseason, regular season, playoffs, for the Giants. I take every game like it's a Super Bowl. I truly do. Especially a game against the Patriots. I would have bragging rights, even though it's just preseason. The Giants win at the end of the day. A win in my book for the Giants always means a ton, whether it's regular season, preseason, or postseason, as I said. Looking forward to tonight's game, though, and seeing this Giants offense. Brian Daboll, first-year head coach, coming over after being the offensive coordinator with the Buffalo Bills for a few years with Josh Allen, did very well in that system, didn't punt against the Patriots in the playoffs, blew the Patriots out as the play caller for the Buffalo Bills. I know he did have Josh Allen at the time, but I think this Giants team is going to make a jump this year. I see them having a very good season. I think tonight is just the start of that. I'm really excited to see Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, Kenny Golladay, Wan'Dale Robinson. This guy, I think, is going to be the best player on this Giants offense. One guy to keep your eye on. Kadarius Toney will be out for tonight's game, even though he is a starting receiver. He won't be playing. Sterling Shepard won't be playing. Both of those guys are out with injuries. Daniel Bellinger, tight end's been a little banged up. Not sure if he's playing tonight, but the Giants' first-team offense and first-team defense will be playing tonight. Leonard Williams will be out, though, according to reports. Although the Giants' first-team offense and first-team defense will be playing the Patriots' second-team offense and defense. It seems like most Patriots starters will not be playing, including second-year quarterback Mac Jones. The Patriots, I don't think, are ready to compete, truly. They've only had 2 or 3 padded practices, which I just heard about at Falcon Maz, that were walkthroughs, and then the other 2 or 3 padded practices they've had were actual practices where they were hitting. So I don't think the Patriots are really conditioned enough right now. I know their offense has had a lot of turmoil. I know with the new system, they're trying to do the Shanahan system, which is a very hard system to master and get down. It seems like Mac Jones, the Patriots' first-team offense, is very much frustrated with the new system. I know it's hard. It's a hard system to get down, honestly. And at the end of the day, having reps in-game, I think, would help that Patriots team master it more. I understand not playing Mac Jones, maybe, since you don't want to get him hurt if the offensive line doesn't know what they're doing. But at the end of the day, 3 preseason games, the Giants playing the Patriots tonight. I'm excited with the Giants playing their starters, even though, as I said, the Patriots will not be playing much of their starters, if any. At the end of the day, though, I'm always excited when the Giants are playing, as I said, whether it's a preseason game, regular season, or postseason. I take every game like it's a Super Bowl. I'm excited to see this offense work tonight for the Giants. New and improved offensive line. They got John Feliciano at center, Andrew Thomas and Evan Neal at the tackle positions. And tonight, I believe the guards will be Shane Lemieux and Mark Lewinsky. So that's their starting offensive line. Shane Lemieux, Mark Lewinsky, John Feliciano, Andrew Thomas, Evan Neal. Matt Garno, who is actually our backup tackle, is out now. Just actually was released with a neck injury. He was a backup anyways. But if any of those guys were to get hurt, I'm not really sure if we have any depth still, even though our offensive line is a lot better. So hopefully there's no injuries tonight for the Giants. I'm just hoping to see them get some flow going on offense, hopefully score some points. They're only going to play a quarter, as I said. Looking at their defense, Leonard Williams will be out tonight. They do have Kayvon Thibodeau in the lineup, though, who should be playing, I believe. Dexter Lawrence, Azeez Ojulari, Ellison Smith. Blake Martinez is still coming back from an injury, so I don't know if he'll be playing or not. But as for their secondary, though, Aaron Robinson, cornerback, starting. He'll be the CB2. CB1, Dory Jackson. I think it's going to be a huge year for Dory Jackson this year for the Giants. Very excited to see him play this year. Donnie Holmes will be the starting slot cornerback. As for their safeties, Xavier McKinney, I think he's going to have an all-pro season this year. Had a very good season last year for the Giants. And then Julian Love starting opposite of him. I think tonight, as for their regular starters, usually their starters are Leonard Williams, Dexter Lawrence, Kayvon Thibodeau, Azeez Ojulari, Tay Crowder, Blake Martinez, Dory Jackson, Aaron Robinson, Donnie Holmes, Julian Love, and Xavier McKinney. That's what their starting lineup would be if everyone is healthy on day 1 of the regular season. As for tonight, though, as I said, Leonard Williams will not be playing, so I'd wonder if maybe Ellison Smith or Quincy Roche get that starting position over him. So maybe you see Quincy Roche, Dexter Lawrence, and Kayvon Thibodeau on the defensive line with Azeez Ojulari, Tay Crowder, Blake Martinez. I don't think Blake Martinez will be playing, so maybe Tay Crowder, Ojulari, and let's say Cam Brown or O'Shane Zimenez or Quincy Roche starting for that linebacker crew. I think Tay Crowder probably will be the middle linebacker tonight if Blake Martinez were not to be playing. As for the secondary, Dory Jackson, Aaron Robinson, Donnie Holmes, Julian Love, Xavier McKinney, all those guys are healthy. Very excited to see them play. I think the Giants are going to have a good game tonight. As I said, the Patriots aren't playing anyone. It's going to be Brian Hoyer and Bailey Zappi at quarterback for the Patriots. It seems like they're just resting all their starters, maybe to prevent injury, but also at the same time, maybe because the offensive system is just not down yet. As I said, with Liam earlier, Joe Judge and Matt Patricia being the Patriots' offensive coordinator or offensive assistants, makes me worry. I'm not sure who's going to be calling the plays for them tonight. I think that's going to be an interesting thing, no matter who's at quarterback. But guys to watch out for tonight for the Giants, I think Wan'Dale Robinson, biggest name to watch out for. I think he's been the best player for the Giants in camp. Wide receiver, second-round pick out of Kentucky. One of my favorite players on the Giants. I see him having a huge season this year. Secondly, I really am interested to see Dory Jackson tonight, even though he's going up against a Patriots second-team offense. I think Dory Jackson will have a huge season this year. I'm really excited to see him play tonight. We do have a softball game time for the Stellwagen softball team, so I will be missing at least the first half of tonight's action, but I will be recording it and watching it afterwards. Big game tonight for Stellwagen softball, 1-1 right now versus Local 103. Big game tonight to decide who advances into the playoffs, into the next round, to the semifinals, actually. So, as for the Giants, Daniel Jones, I need him to have a huge game tonight. Looking forward to see him throw the ball with this first-team offense, hopefully be able to run around too. I know this Giants system is new this year since Brian Daboll coming over, had an offensive quarterback, an offensive system in Buffalo where Josh Allen can move and throw. Hopefully he does a similar thing with Daniel Jones, with this playbook, where Daniel Jones has the ability to run and also pass. Very excited to see this Giants team tonight. I think the Giants offense and defense will play very well since they're the starters, the first-team starters on both of them. I think they'll be playing very well in the first quarter. Obviously, the second, third, fourth quarter, it really comes down to depth and who's in the game. But I think this Giants team is set up very well. The backup quarterbacks tonight, Davis Webb is the backup quarterback along with Tyrod Taylor. So Tyrod Taylor will be coming in second, then Davis Webb. But I think this Giants team is going to have a good game tonight. As I said, the Patriots won't be playing Damian Harris, Mac Jones, Kendrick Bourne, Devontae Parker. None of those guys will be playing. Maybe Tyquan Thornton will be playing just to get some reps since he's a first-year wide receiver. I think he's one guy to keep your eye on for the Patriots if he were to be playing. And one more guy I want to talk about for the Giants, a guy to keep your eye on, Jashon Corbin. Running back from Florida State, had a very good career at Florida State. I'm a very big fan of him. I think he's going to make the team this year. I see him having a big game tonight. Hopefully 50 yards and a touchdown maybe to get some eyes on him. As for a score prediction, earlier I said with my buddy Liam, 31-17 was my prediction. Right now, though, the Patriots not having their starters, I mean, who knows? The Giants starters are only going to play a quarter, so it won't make that much of a difference in the end of the day. But I think the Giants win this game 31-20, 34-20, somewhere in that range. Hopefully a win for this Giants team. As you guys know, I'm a big Giants fan. But best of luck to the Patriots as well. It's only a preseason game at the end of the day. But as I said, anytime the Giants suit up, I'm ready to go and I'm excited. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to this. I will be back on, hopefully tomorrow, breaking down how tonight's game went for both the Stellwagen softball team. Hopefully we get a win, and then for the Giants as well. Hopefully they get a win too, but I'll be breaking it down either way, the good, the bad for both the Patriots and the Giants. Thank you guys for taking the time to listen to this. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good one. Thank you. And one last guy I had written down that I want to mention. I mentioned him very quickly, Bailey Zappi, fourth-round pick in this year's draft by the Patriots. He's a quarterback. He's a guy to keep your eye on this year. I think he'll be the second-string quarterback for the Patriots. I think Brian Hoyer, since a little bit older now, I think he's aging, obviously, as well. I think Zappi could be a backup quarterback for the future, and who knows, maybe he plays a similar role to Jimmy Garoppolo, where he plays backup. Maybe if Mac Jones ever gets hurt, he wins a couple games, and the Patriots trade him for something more than I think he was a fourth-round pick. But that's a guy to keep your eye on for the Patriots. So Tyquan Thornton, Bailey Zappi, 2 draft picks this past year for the Patriots. And then for the Giants, Jashon Corbin, Wan'Dale Robinson, Dory Jackson, Daniel Jones. Thank you guys again for taking the time to listen to this. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good one. Thank you.